Hi, I'm Karen Eber Davis, and I want to talk about how to have great board meetings. A number of things you can control, even though it's the board having their experience together. The first thing I want to suggest is this: start on time. Not a strange phenomenon or unusual idea, but if you begin to do it regularly, your boards will begin to show up on time and be ready to go. If they're not, if you don't have a quorum, you can go ahead and start some information agenda items and not go to the hard stuff they need to be doing, but get started on time. People will adjust their schedule, and all of a sudden you'll be reading regularly, and people will not do that extra errand. Second thing to do is to go for 90 minutes or less. First of all, it's way easier to recruit people to say we are out as a rule in 90 minutes or less. Less of your time. The other thing important about that is that boards get tired. If they're really doing the strategic work you want them to be doing, after an hour and a half, they're tired, especially if it's at the end of the day or they have other things that are part of their lives that are going on that are requiring that same kind of deep thinking, strategic energy. After an hour, they're done. Tired boards get cranky. Cranky boards make bad decisions. Go for a 90-minute maximum. Try to even trim it down farther if you can. Third thing to do is use consent agendas. I learned this at Sarasota County when I work for the government. And what they do is they have all the items that really don't require discussion, they don't think, up at the top. Someone says, let's accept the consent agenda items. Those are accepted, and if someone wants to pull one, they do for discussion, and it's moved back into the actual talking agenda. But otherwise, you can get a lot of business done, like we're going to apply for these grants, these policies have been adopted, blah, 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 this is a renewal on this. All that can be done in advance. And the last thing to help you have great board meetings with good outcomes, with what you want in any time you're meeting with your boards, is also don't surprise them. If there's something new you've been thinking about, somehow dribble it out in advance in the advanced notifications and the meetings. Because when board members come in and they're tired and they're busy and you offer something new, their almost automatic reaction is to say, no, I don't want anything new, I've got too much. But if they have that thought that, oh, this is something that's going to come up, you've introduced them, you've softened the idea, and you begin to ready their mind for it. So no surprises, start on time, use a consent agenda, and don't go very long. You'll have great more meetings. For more, see my website.